Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense. Particularly, that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Gators will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sooners offense will have the football first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Turning it on. Got the first down and more. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in 06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that can really make the quarterback's life difficult. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You got to affect him. Really nice job on this play.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And that is just a spectacular punt, and he will pin them in the shadow of their own goal post inside the 5. The Gators offense has its first opportunity of the day. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Hauls it in. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the ground game. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback will keep it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback. Got enough space. Touchdown, Gator. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
On the run from inside his own 5. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Moving past the 25. Forced out of bounds right at the 33-yard line. Really good pickup there. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be fourth down. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Looking downfield on first down. Dumps it off in the flats. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. After not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Got the back over the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The offense changing the play. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And the incomplete incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Quickly to the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Great job by the back on the option. The extra point here would tie the game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He'll start this drive firing. Floats it out in space. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and keep up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Unleashes it on the run. He's got it. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal.
And he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Sooners!
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on top.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires downfield. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Well, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Back to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Cover guys do their job and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 4th down attempts already. Can they change their luck? Flushed out of the pocket. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. There he goes. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Power football with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The play action fake. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Using the quick game. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Now from inside the red zone. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Quarterback keeper. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Gets rid of it. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one and put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Complete to the right. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, going to the air. He's got it, 1st down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no.
Oh, he's got some space. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Gators are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Touchdown, Florida! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They're still holding the lead but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. And the Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Sooners will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in at the 40. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think
catch in stride inside the 15. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Tight end now in motion. To the air on 1st down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Quick release on the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Pocket breaking down. Going to try to get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got his man in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Had to get rid of it quickly. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Going with the ground game left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Quarterback making checks. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. This time it's complete. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes the catch. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Gator! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Well, I love the play call late in the fourth quarter now. You're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And now on second down for this offense. Trying play action. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Looking downfield on first down. On a little time, lets it go. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Back to pass on second down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down, because from here, it will be a 58-yarder. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab down the middle.
Well, they don't pick up the first down there, but in this 2-minute situation, they need their quarterback to be decisive, to be accurate, and make really good decisions. And we'll see what he's able to do as they inch closer and closer towards the goal line.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead.
A lot of times late in games you see this by defenses. They're going to drop back, and they're going to take away all the deep stuff, trying to take away all the passing lanes. Nice job getting to your running back, letting him get positive yards, and then let's get up to the ball quickly.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Leaves it with the running back. Touchdown Sooners! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march and breaks into the open. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Complete to the right. Got room at the 35. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now. This offense needs to get some points. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
False start of offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This is a situation you dreamed of in the backyard, but now it's for real. One last chance late in the game, final drive coming for this offense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine, but then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Quarterback keeps it. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. From the gun on third down. They're working that left side. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down 4 late, they have to convert on fourth down to keep hope alive. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. They've got them pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. And after the short run, the clock hits zeros, and we are all wrapped up here. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum.